What is up? I'm back with another breakdown for today. It is currently Wednesday, 11:53 p.m. We are about to enter into London session, and my video is pretty much going to be breaking down a gold trade that I took last night, leading up to pre-New York session. I executed around the hours of like 9 to 10 p.m. And re-executed after taking profits on one of my other accounts and letting one run throughout the night, which ended up hitting TP around 7 a.m. So I'm going to be breaking that trade down. And then I'm also going to be breaking down the trade that I'm currently in right now on one of my accounts. So let's hop right into it. I'm not going to take too long on this video. We did catch a solid setup last night, and I think we are in a good move for this current move that I'm in. But could be definitely seeing some rejection and maybe a slight retracement before we actually get the push that I am looking for. So we'll see how that kind of plays out by the end of this video and this breakdown, man. So let's hop right into it. So let's go down to our daily time frame. We see on our daily time frame, I'm actually gonna delete all these technicals real quick. I will show you guys my entry points and pretty much everything that I was looking at leading up to my entry. So we see here based off our daily time frame, and if you have been watching my other videos, you know that we are currently bullish, and I have been looking for buy opportunities based off of this 4-hour and this daily zone right here at around pretty much above 3,300. All right, so let's go from our daily to our 4-hour time frame, because we already have an idea of how structure is playing out. And we see here that that price is playing into our support level based off our daily and our 4-hour time frame, since we've already touched our daily support key level down here at around 3250. So based off our 4-hour time frame, you guys see here on the top side, we are forming lower high, and we have currently been maintaining and holding this last lower high point at around 3348. Which I have drawn out with this 4-hour random line here that is labeled 4-hour lower high. Now, based off that level, we are counter trending based off the daily time frame, but we are forming bullish structure or bearish structure based off our 4-hour time frame. And currently, right now, we kind of are in like a how can you say it, in a channel, bearish channel right in here. So let's draw this out, which makes sense. So we'll do this. Let's clone this level. I'm actually shortening this up real quick. All right, cool. All right, so we see here that we are in like a bearish channel, going into that main level of support. So that is something to also pay attention to, because once you get a breakout, you can also get a retest on either end, depending which side we break out on, whether it's to the upside or the downside. So let's go ahead and delete this just so you guys have an idea of what I was kind of looking at leading up into this area. Now, going into last night's session, we see here that we formed lower high points below our main lower high point at around 3348. So once we got this last lower high point, we are playing bearish. So let's go down to our 30-minute time frame. Let me just go ahead and draw out our main level of support, our last level here. All right, let's go down to our 30-minute. So we see here based off our 30-minute time frame, price is slightly showing a bearish transition right up until this point. I also marked out this level and broke it down on my last video. So you see here, let's draw this. So came from the upside, boom, a clean transition leading into that level of 4-hour support and daily support. All right, just so you guys have an idea of how structure is forming into this area. Now, going into yesterday's session, what I was paying attention to was this right in here. Okay, so we have this area here, and then you have this level of resistance here. So let's go ahead and brighten this up so we see how we're looking at. Now, when I was looking at this 4 hour and daily level of support, I was going based off of my 4 hour candles because we were getting a lot of exhaustion in this area, and that's where most of our volume is at. So let's go back to our 4 hour time frame. We see here, based off our 4 hour time frame, our 6 to 10 a.m. candle for Tuesday closed bearish with a lot of sellers exhaustion. So I know that price has a possibility of filling this wick and potentially holding it. And we see here that our 10 to 2 p.m. candle formed kind of like a doji. We had some level of support here, 2 to 6. And then we formed a lower high on your 30-minute time frame, which played back to fill this 4 hour wick down here. And we found a 4 hour level of support. So this 6 to 10 p.m. candle that closed bearish with sellers exhaustion, I was on my 30-minute time frame anticipating buys because of this support level being a 4 hour and daily level of support. But we were also holding a minor level of support based off like your 30-minute time frame right in here. So I was on my 5-minute time frame, and as we were in this area, I was definitely anticipating buys, as it would have been a high confluence area for buy opportunities. And I had entries. Let me see here, close positions. So I had entries at 32.86.88 and 32.86.87. 32.86.88. I'll just put one like right in here at 32.87. So I had my buy opportunities here. I had my stop loss like at 32.82.78. Okay, like right in here, and we almost got stopped out. And then I had my TP for around 33.07, about a 200 pip gain. Okay, so the reason I entered was because we had that 4 hour candle close with exhaustion into this area, and then we began to form some sort of 5-minute double bottom, as you guys can see right in here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw it out. So we came into this area, boom, 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 lower high, boom, boom, and then we had this double bottom. I was betting that this double bottom was going to hold and we were going to begin to get that push to the upside, and we did to start that new 4 hour candle. But price held these lower high points that were being formed, came right back down into support, and at this point I was asleep, so I definitely would have gotten stopped out. But I had my stop loss very tight right below the low. Price missed it and then came right back up. So anyone that may have been up for New York session, you could have definitely banked on this level here and caught a conservative entry based off this bullish variation that happened here, and caught for about a 1 to 1.5 R to R. I banked the 1 to 4.6 R to R, which was still good, but I was pretty much anticipating that we were going to hold this area of 4 hour and daily support and continue to push bullish. So that was my entry based off the 5-minute time frame. Again, I'll kind of just highlight that. So we had this 5-minute bullish engulfing here, and I was pretty much betting that that 4 hour time frame was going to hold this level of 30-minute support, and we were going to hold 4 hour and daily level of support here, as price was showing a lot of exhaustion and our 30-minute was holding support. So that's all the confirmation I needed. 30-minute support was being backed up by 4 hour sellers exhaustion, and we began to form engulfings. I mean, you had a 30-minute engulfing here that held. Then you followed up with like another one here that took, I mean, literally about 2 hours. But once we got that retracement, when I seen drawdown after price going immediately in profit, we had another 30-minute engulfing. So this could have even been an entry as well for anyone that was up around 5:30 to 6 a.m. And that could have been a confidence entry as well. And then you could have still got that more conservative entry once we broke above this trendline opportunity here for the sellers. So hopefully that little breakdown makes sense. And why I was anticipating this entry. Now I know, of course, that this entry definitely has to do with experience with trading, definitely has to do with experience on gold, and just having confidence with the way that I look at the market, and having confidence with my confirmations and candles that I go off of. So as you guys can see here, when I did enter that at 32.82, my TP price was 33.07, and I bagged 2K on both of those positions, which was about 2% on this 200K account. So yeah, that's just proof that that I did enter those trades. Now let's go back to this breakdown, because I am currently in buys, and I'll just go ahead and break it down on this, or I'll just stick on here. So let's do this. Let's delete all these technicals once again. All right, so we see here, based off our 4-hour time frame, we are forming some sort of higher low point on this area, and it's holding. Let's go down to our 30-minute time frame. We see here we are just forming higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So let's go ahead and mark out our levels of interest. So we have our support here, and we have our resistance up here. Let's go back down to our 5-minute time frame. So 5-minute time frame, came down, testing our level of support, found a minor higher low point. I did execute buy opportunities here based off my 2 other accounts, and I did take profit once price reached about, I entered, okay, let me see. I'm actually gonna just pull it up. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling it up on my other account so I can see my exact entry point and exit price. Okay, so I got in at 33.17.58, and then I TP'd at 33.22.85 for about a 50 pip gain, closing for 1% since I did drop 2 1-lot positions. So that played out pretty nicely. I wasn't really trying to hold this trade any longer. I did hit my goal. I am 3 for 3 on the week, or 1, 2, 3, well, 4 for 4 on the week. So I'm chilling, man. I don't really have to take another trade. I'm probably gonna just call it after this trade hits on my other account, and take today off and take tomorrow off, and come into the following week with a clear mind and just ready to execute again. So 2 of my accounts I entered in this area, TP'd at the same area. Now my new entry points for this trade, I am risking a little bit more, hoping that I can hit my TP goal to pass this phase 1. But I got in 33.21, 33.22. So that was in this area here. So once we came up, tested our level of resistance, we had a minor higher low opportunity based off our 5-minute time frame. So let's go ahead and draw out this level of support. So we see here, based off our 1-minute time frame, 1-minute time frame, support, lower high, tested this level of support, another lower high, came right back down into this area. You have a 1-minute bullish engulfing. So at this point, you see prices slowly building up for the buyers, and then we go back to our 5-minute time frame, and then you have a bullish candle with the top wick, and then you have this current bullish candle with another top wick. I did enter in this area anticipating, based off of this level of support holding, that we would continue to push up. So definitely have a tight risk for less than 10 pips. I know I have my stop loss a little lower just to give it room to breathe, just because price could eventually give you something along the lines of like this, and then maybe hold and then come right back up. So I was just banking on the fact that price can hold this 5-minute level of support as a new higher low before actually getting back up to the upside. And hopefully this thing banks. I am hoping that I could take this to 33.42 area, which would still be respecting this 4-hour lower high point, like right in here. So as long as price can come reach these highs to this left side, then I'll definitely be good for this trade. You know, but that'll be for tomorrow's breakdown, or for another breakdown later on today. If this trade does hit TP, I may even just let this video run and potentially just add it to this video's breakdown, just because this looks clean and it is still pushing. So yeah, man, hopefully that breakdown makes sense. I'm hoping this area down here really made sense as well, just because it was more of like a high confluence type of trade, since we are in that 4 hour level of support, and also your daily time frame, so that has a lot of confluence in itself. And then hopefully the breakdown for the trade that I'm currently in makes sense for the same reason that we are executing off a level of support based off your 5 minute, based off your 15 minute, and your 30 minute time frame. And then this continuation move should make sense as well, since you got like that bullish transition. You had a minor level of resistance break here, which is like a minor lower high point. You had a price push back up to this resistance level, push down, got a higher low point as price created and held this level of support based off your 5 minute time frame, gave you an engulfing on the 1 minute, and then you see your 5 minute also gave you a bullish engulfing, and then your 15 minute also gave you a bullish engulfing. So you definitely could have had multiple entry points. Your stop loss would have just been a little larger if you were even executing off this 15 minute time frame. I mean, a 40 pip stop loss is doable, but within this area you could still see price pull down to this level of support and hold, and then begin to really push up aggressively. So yeah, man, if you watched to this point in the video, I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to hear what I have to say. Hopefully you guys could take something away from this breakdown and apply it to your guys' trading skill, whether it's trading gold, whether it's trading any other indices, or you know, even high volatile forex pairs. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Hope you guys kill it tonight and have a blessed day, man. Peace out.